The Hashshashin, often known as the Assassins, were a mysterious and enigmatic group that emerged during the Middle Ages in the Middle East. Their story is a fascinating blend of fact, myth, and legend, revealing a group that was far more complex than the mere killers their name might suggest. Origins and beliefs. The Hashshashin were part of the Nizari Ismailis, a sect of Shia Islam. They emerged in Persia and Syria around the late 11th century during a time of political turmoil and religious strife. Their founder, Hassan I Sabbah, was a charismatic and intelligent leader who became disillusioned with the prevailing religious authority. He sought to create a new society based on his interpretations of Islam. The group's base was at Alamut, a fortress in northern Persia, which became synonymous with their secretive operations. The term assassins was likely derived from Hashshashin, a pejorative term used by their enemies, possibly referring to users of hashish. However, there's no solid evidence that they used drugs as part of their rituals or operations. Instead, their discipline, fervor, and loyalty were likely fueled by strong ideological and religious convictions. Methodology and influence. The Hashshashin specialized in targeted assassinations of political and religious figures. These were not random acts of violence, they were carefully planned and executed with precision. The goal was often more than just the killing itself, it was psychological warfare, intended to instill fear and uncertainty in their enemies. Their methods were revolutionary for the time. They employed extensive intelligence networks, meticulous planning, and deep understanding of their enemies' psychology. Their assassins were trained in disguise, stealth, and combat. However, their most powerful weapon was their willingness to die for their cause, making them formidable and unpredictable opponents. Impact on Crusades and beyond. During the Crusades, the Hashshashin played a significant role, often targeting Crusader leaders. Their most famous victim was Conrad of Montferrat, a key Crusader leader, assassinated in 1192. They were respected and feared by the Crusaders, who sometimes sought alliances with them. Interestingly, their influence extended beyond the Middle East. Stories of their deeds and methods spread throughout Europe, partly thanks to the accounts of returning Crusaders. These tales often were embellished, contributing to the mythic status of the Hashshashin. The downfall. The downfall of the Hashshashin began with the Mongol invasions in the 13th century. The Mongols, led by Hulagu Khan, captured and destroyed Alamut in 1256, effectively ending the sect's influence. However, the fall of Alamut did not completely erase the Hashshashin. Remnants of the group persisted for some time, but they never regained their former power. Legacy and myth. Over time, the Hashshashin have become shrouded in myth and legend. They are often depicted in popular culture as the archetypal shadowy assassins, a portrayal that sometimes obscures the complexity of their historical reality. They were a product of their time, a group that used the tools at their disposal to carve out a space in a turbulent political and religious landscape. Their legacy also had a significant impact on the development of espionage and covert operations. The principles they employed, intelligence gathering, psychological warfare, and targeted strikes, remain relevant in modern espionage and military tactics. Conclusion. The Hashshashin story is one of intrigue, faith, and strategic brilliance. They were not just killers. They were a sophisticated and ideologically driven group that left an indelible mark on the history of the Middle East and beyond. Their story is a testament to the power of belief, strategy, and the lengths to which people will go for their cause. The Hashshashin remind us that history is often more complex and fascinating than it appears at first glance.